Hi, this is Terry from A Ramblings of a Texas Craft Room, and today I wanted to show you for my very second video how I made these really pretty felt roses. And what I did is I made these small roses and I added them to a metal dress form that I bought at Ross, and it really dressed her up. And what I'm going to do with this dress form is on the bottom I'm going to tie all of my little snippets of ribbon that I cut off and didn't use, and it'll be my way of keeping track of it. It's very decorative too. I'll show you how I did it. On the back of the dress form I'll show you, because the front is the same. It has this little metal here, and what I did after I made my roses is I took some really thick foam tape and I just taped it there, and then I took the roses and I just placed them on there. Now, if you didn't want people to see it from the back or see it from another direction, what you could do after you made your roses is you could take some thread and you could sew it to the dress form, and then you could take it off later. But anyway, let me move her out of the way. I'm sorry I had to show you her laying down, but this is the only way my little camera will work. It's fixed, and I don't have it on a tripod. I can't move it. So anyway, we'll get on to what we're going to do today. Alright, here's what we're going to make. And they're really, really pretty roses. And like you can see, this one I put a little pearl inside, and they're very easy to do. So let me move that out of the way and show you how we're going to do it. And basically what I did is I just bought sheets like this. You can buy them at Michael's or anywhere, even Walmart sells them. And I'm going to cut about 4 inches off of here. It's about a 4x4. This one may be a 3x3. It's a little bit small. Anyway, you're going to get a square. Now, you could do a perfect circle if you want to. I find that this way it gives it a little more dimension. Anyway, there you go. Here's kind of a circle, sort of, kind of. and each one of these little ridges, each one of these little will give it some dimension. And so that's what you're wanting. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in about a 1/2 inch from the inside, and we're just going to cut in a circular motion until we make a long spaghetti. I wanted to make some roses, some yellow roses, because as you can tell, I'm from Texas, so I got that little twang going. But I don't like this yellow. I would like a pale yellow. So if you have a pale yellow at your store, maybe your Hobby Lobby or Joann's carries differently than mine does, I would love to have some. Or maybe you have that AC Moore that I hear so much about. We don't have those here in Texas, but I would like some pale yellow. So seriously, contact me if you have some pale yellow. What we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit, we're going to get this long spreading, and what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of glue. And what I do is the round circular part is on the inside, and the other is on the outside. And once you cut a couple of these, you'll know real quick which is the inside and which is the outside, because one side is going to be pretty flat. See, as you can tell here, this is pretty bumpy, which shows the ridges of the rose, and this is pretty flat, and so you're wanting one side completely flat, and so the other side will be where your rose is. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold it in, and you're going to slowly start folding it. And what I would do after every 2 or 3 turns, I would put a dab of glue, but in the interest of time, we're not going to do that. We're just going to roll. And I hope my fingers aren't in the way. I hope you can see it. But seriously, if you have some pale yellow in your store, please let me know. I'd love to get some from you. We're going to keep turning it and turning it. And what you're doing is you're keeping this flat, and you're just mashing it to the edge. So you got to manipulate. You got to pull it up or down. Manipulate it till it runs pretty well right on top of each other. Okay, and slowly making the rose on the other side. And then you get to this end and you just lop this off. You love that word lop. It can mean so many things, can't it? Alright, so as you can see, we're going to glue. There it is. And there, we're going to put some other glue too. Now the glue that I'm using is the felt glue. And this works really well, except it is very slow drying. So in the interest of time, we're going to put some of this Aleene's Quick Dry Glue, which will, it's really funny because it'll dry pretty quickly, but it won't stay dry. It will come loose. So that's why you need the other glue. Okay? So there you are. And if you look at the rose, you can tell that she is sort of got some high ridges, so we're going to just trim her down. You're going to prune her just a little bit so that she's not even. You don't want to go all the way across, because then you're going to get that. You don't want that. You want her to have some dimension, some valleys and lows, but you don't want her to be too out of proportion. There we go. She's just adorable. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bling to her. I'm going to add a little pearl. And these pearls are already have glue on them. So we're going to put that right there in the middle, just like that. And you kind of flatten it till you get what you like. Isn't that just adorable? Just adorable. So we'll set those aside. I'll make one more, show you how to do it. You'll be an old expert at this by the time I'm done. We're going to take about 3.5 4-inch square. This one's a little small. This one's probably, yeah, it's only 3 inches by 3 inches. So you can do a bigger one. I like to do about a 4 inches what I do, but in the interest of time, we're just going to try to make a small one. All right, we're going to come in. You got it, a 1/2 inch. See, you're already an expert at this. 1/2 inch, and we're just going to turn it. And once you've seen 2 of these made, you have learned all there is to learn. It really is very simple, and they're so cute. They look really good on cards. People are not expecting that 3-dimensional aspect to a card, so they're really cute on cards. They look really pretty on, see, the curve is on the inside. They look really pretty on scrapbook pages. I've seen people do headbands with them. Oh, they're really cute. The headbands are really cute. Okay, so we're going to slowly just, and once you get started, you can turn it over and just go. The headbands are really cute. I've seen people put pins on the back of them and pin them to sweaters. They look really cute, sweaters and scarves and hats, and they just have a really homemade look to them. And that real softness of the felt makes it look really pretty. I hope my fingers aren't in the way. I'm hoping you're able to see. And all I'm doing is lining it up right along here. This edge here, right along that edge. And I would normally stop every little bit and put a dab of glue, but in the interest of time, we're not going to do that every 2 or 3 turns. But I would every couple turns, just so it'll stay good. And you just keep turning it and turning it like that. And manipulating it, and you're keeping this pretty flat, okay? There you go. And toward the end, it really starts to curl. I usually start turning. That's when I cut it. And then we are going to put a little dab of glue. Make that even. And then we're going to need a little bit of this glue too, so it'll hold. Probably too much glue, huh? Alrighty, there he goes. And then we're going to glue it. And what a cute little, I love the white roses. The white roses look the prettiest to me on the card. They're softest. Alright, as you can see by looking at this rose, she's a little high right there compared to the rest. So we're just going to cut her just a little bit. There we go. Whoops, sorry. There she is. And she makes just the cutest little rose. Let's put a little bling on her. This one we're going to put a little rhinestone bling in her. She'll just be different. There we go. Right dab in the middle. Well, isn't she just the cutest thing? And you smush her and move her around till you get her. There you go. I think she just makes the cutest little rose. And see how the yellow is just a little too bright? The other colors go well, but the yellow is just a little too intense. So I'm really looking for a pale yellow. So if you've got one in your store, please let me know. Alrighty, thank you. I hope you enjoy. And if you make some of these, would you please drop me a comment and let me go to your blog or wherever you have your pictures at so I can take a look. I'd love to see how you make them and what good products you do. And also, if you make the mannequin, if you get one of the mannequins and you dress her up, I'd really love to see that. If you'd like to subscribe to my blog or to my YouTube channel, I'd really appreciate it. I'm just now starting. This is only my second video, so we'll see, but I'm enjoying it, and hopefully we'll get better and have some better things. I don't know a lot, but what I have, I'm more than happy to share. But I will tell you, anything that I've learned, I've learned from YouTube. So look around. There are so many YouTube channels that will just do such wonderful things. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Bye from Texas.